We're now going to learn how to convert mixed numbers to improper fractions. And here are the instructions. Step 1, multiply the denominator by the whole number and then add the numerator. And then step 2, keep the denominator the same. All right, let's look at an example and it will make sense out of these instructions here. Here we have a mixed number. And what we want to do is convert the mixed number to an improper fraction. First of all, you need to recognize that this is a mixed number, obviously. We know it's a mixed number because we have a whole number and we have a proper fraction here. So how do I turn this into an improper fraction? Well, let's look at our instructions here. It says multiply the denominator by the whole number. So there's the denominator. You want to multiply that by the whole number, which is 3. Can you make sure that you put in that arrow for me? So there should be an arrow from 5 to 3 and then a time symbol. The next part of the instruction says, and then add the numerator. So can you put another arrow here? Oh, and I'll try to keep my arrows the same, like that, and then put an addition sign. So that is kind of going to help you figure out what it is that you're doing here, and really helps to make sure that you don't make a silly mistake. So what you're doing is you're going 5 times 3, which is 15, and then you're plussing 1. So I went the denominator times the whole number, which is 15, then you add the numerator. And that's what our step 1 says. Multiply the denominator by the whole number and then add the numerator. So 15 plus 1. And then do you see how it says keep the denominator the same? Meaning, because I've got a 5 as my denominator here, that means for my improper fraction, it's also going to have a denominator of 5. So that means my final answer here is going to be 15 plus 1 is 16, 16 on 5. There it is. There is my improper fraction. So let's appreciate what it is that we've done here. We have converted a mixed number into an improper fraction. That is what we have done. Now, to help us really appreciate this, let's look at this little diagram here in which I've represented the mixed number. So 3 wholes plus 1/5 of a whole. So as you can see, I've got 1 whole, 2 wholes, 3 wholes, and then 1/5 of a whole here. Well, let's count up how many pieces we have. Well, here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I have 16. I have 16 pieces. And 16 pieces of what? Well, I have 16 pieces of 1/5. So I can represent that as 16 on 5. I have 16 pieces of fifths. I have 16 fifths, it would be another way of saying it, or 16 on 5. So do you see how this this mixed number can be represented as an improper fraction? And hopefully this diagram really solidifies that in your brains. All right, let's move over to the next one here. So the process here is really quite straightforward. There should be no worries about the process. Make sure to draw in your arrows. So you want to go this times this, and then add this and this. So that means I'm going to go 6 times 2 is 12, then plus 5. And then because my denominator here is 6, my denominator here is 6. 12 plus 5 is 17. That's going to be 17 on 6 as my final answer. So as you can see, what we have done here is we've turned our mixed number into an improper fraction. We can look at our little diagram here to really help us understand what it is that we've done. So as you can see, we've got 2 wholes and 5/6 of a whole. So 2 wholes and then 5/6 of a whole. So I'm just missing a piece here. And if I count these up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I have 17 sixths because I'm counting up these sixths here, aren't I? So as you can see, another way of representing the mixed number is as an improper fraction there. Okay, now it's your turn. So I want you to pause the video and see if you can convert the following mixed numbers to improper fractions. All right, hopefully you paused the video, and hopefully the first thing that you did is you drew in your arrows. That's an ugly arrow. Let me try that again. Hopefully you drew in your arrow. So you went this times this, and then plus that. So that means we go 5 times 3, which is 15, and then I'm plussing 2 onto that. I keep my denominator the same, so this should be 5 there. And then it's going to be 17 on 5. Perfect. We can come over here. And if you want, you can actually skip this step. You could just go 4 times 5 is 20, plus 3 is 23. And then keep the denominator the same, people. Keep that denominator the same. So the answer is going to be 23 on 4. So as you can see, drawing in these arrows here aren't necessary, but they are a helpful reminder of what it is that you're doing. You're taking this and multiplying it and then adding on that numerator to it. So 4 times 5 is 20, plus 3 is 23, and then keep the denominator the same. Hopefully you feel comfortable with this idea, and make sure to reach out if you're not. I'll see you in the next part.